Is this cheap toolbox from GS Gear any good? In this video we're going to find out. If you want to store your tools in a secure place on your bike, you can either buy a $250 toolbox from Touratech, or you can get this $80 one from GS Gear. Speaking of which, I'd like to thank gsgear.co.za for making this video possible. If you are a South African GS fanatic, let them help you gear up by visiting their website at gsgear.co.za. Fitting it to your luggage rack is pretty straightforward. It's one page of instructions. It's self-explanatory. You only need 4 hands and 30 minutes. It's quite fiddly to keep it in place while you tighten all the nuts. You can check out this video where I show you how I fitted the toolbox. So how much can you fit in it? Let's take a look. So the keyhole is protected with this little cover. You get a set of 2 keys, so there's a spare key. The whole cover comes off, so it will hang from this piece of wire that you have to fit yourself. So let's take a look what we have in here. Always have a clean-ish rag, tire repair kit for my tubeless tires, then I have my little tool pouch, and I'll show you what I keep in here. It's a bit fiddly because it's behind the number plate. So let's take a look in the tool pouch. So we've got our rag and our tire repair kit. Then I have this vice grips, a multi-tool, in this case a Leatherman, some electrical tape, spark plug wrench, that's for the bottom spark plug and the top spark plug, or the other way around, I can't remember. I've got my coil plug remover with the wheel nut, the front wheel nut remover, some cable ties, a ratchet with the extension, and the Torx bit extension there at the bottom. I've got a selection of Torx bits that I know fit on the bike. So from the T25 for all the plastics up to the T50 for the wheel and the T55 to remove the rear axle. The oil filler plug, a set of Ichiban Moto screwdrivers, both a Phillips and a flat. And then in case I have to remove the tire, some tire levers and a little hand pump to pump up the tires. So all of this fits into my pouch, and that goes into the toolbox, so I'm always ready for any eventuality. Is it waterproof? Well, there's only one way to find out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my iPhone, I'll put it in there, and we'll hose it down and see if it gets wet inside. So fingers crossed it doesn't. Let's see. I was too lazy to get the hose pipe, but this is simulating the rain. I'm spraying at all the connections because there's holes in it where the bolts go. This is the seal in the front. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, it looks pretty dry in there. I don't see any drops. Also, if you look there at the back with the nuts, I don't see any droplets there. So I'd say it will hold out at least light rain. I don't know what's going to happen if you submerge it, but I'm pretty sure the rest of the bike's not going to be happy. So I say that's a win. Will it hold up or hit the wheel when you ride off-road? Now in the instructions they say you need to remove this rear scraper, and I can see why, because the box will clear the wheel, it looks like it, but it might hit the scraper here. And I know of people online that said they've ripped off the scraper with a similar type toolbox. So I'm going to remove this, fit the GoPro and go for a ride, and then we'll see how far down it comes. I actually have ridden like this before, even gone over sidewalks and over speed bumps, not very fast. I just forgot that it's on there, and I think it only just touched there, but luckily it wasn't such big bumps that it ripped it off. But I'm going to remove this, we'll take it for a ride, and I'll show you what it looks like when the suspension compresses. Okay, with that out of the way, let's fit the GoPro and take it for a spin. Yo, it's hot outside. So I had a look at the footage halfway. It looks like it's not going anywhere near the wheel, at least. Not sure about that scraper. If I put it back, if it's going to touch, I'm not going to take the risk. I think with that venture it's a little bit higher, so it might actually be safe, but if you take a bit of a jump, you might just smash the whole thing apart. So I'm just going to leave off the scraper. I don't think you need it anyways. I clean the bike after riding through mud and dirt, so it's not an issue. So there you have it. So that's my first thoughts on the Toolbox. For the price, I think it's awesome. Go check out gsgear.co.za and I'll see you next time.